So in certain aspects of your life, do you go around second guessing and really going over and making choices and making decisions? Actually, the second guessing and this ruminating over things isn't about the choice. It's actually about this fear inside of us of not wanting it to be wrong, wanting to be accepted, and as well needing it to be right. So in today's video, I'm going through a few things that you can start doing to shift this so that you're not going over and over and second guessing your decisions, but you're actually really stepping into trusting yourself. So thank you for joining me. I'm AmyC with You Finding You. I'm an intuitive and transformational coach. And if you look in the dialog box below, there's links to the Body Wisdom Way, which is a community and courses, videos with tools and techniques that help you really connect within to start listening to that voice and trusting your own knowing. And so just like the second guessing, you're not having to seek it out from all these people around you. You actually really step into trusting it within. So again, do check that out in the dialog box below. So when it came to my career, I actually really was listening to my intuition and my body wisdom and that gut reaction and those feelings. And I didn't even realize that I was doing it. And an example is that I would be working at a studio and then I would start getting these feelings of wanting to shift or move and look at different places. And I would start applying to other studios and I would get an offer and it would be like, wait, I can stay here where things are pretty good, or I could move there. And what do I really want to do? And I would then do a little pros and cons list. And even if on paper, one place way outweighed the other, I would have this gut feeling and knowing inside of me that was like, this is what you want to do. Like, really, this is the path you want to go on. And I always listened to it for my career. But when it came to my personal life, I really just had no idea. I would always be running around, chasing after, asking everyone's opinions first, because I wanted to make sure that if I got all of their opinions and together I would do the right choice. And the right choice being, well, everyone agrees to this. This is what everyone wants, so then that one's right. Rather than actually listening to my own choice when it came to these matters in friends, communities, or with significant others, whatever it was, I didn't listen to myself. I was always listening to what everyone else wanted. And a big part of that was that I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to belong in the group and do what everyone else wanted. But I never then listened to what I wanted and really listened to what was true in me. And of course, if it was something that I really wanted, I would second guess and doubt, and I would question, like, is this right? And again, going to all the people outside of me to make sure that I was choosing based on what everyone else wanted. So, what can you do to stop the second guessing, needing to run to everyone else for validation, and really step into listening to yourself? So the first thing to acknowledge or see is that you and your thoughts are creating your reality. So how you believe what you think is creating that reality around you. And an example for myself was that I didn't believe people would like me. I didn't believe I would be accepted, and I wasn't good enough. So I would do all these things to be liked, to be accepted. And so my storyline, the thing inside of me, the beliefs I had was that I wasn't likable. So because I wasn't likable, I would go about my day thinking, oh, these people are not going to they're not going to like me. And like there was always like Friday gatherings at work and I would never go to them. And when I did, I would go over and be talking with people that I didn't really know. And the whole time in my head, I was thinking, they don't really want to be talking to me. They really don't. When in reality, they were there wanting to get to know me or curious, but because I was in such a place of like, oh, they don't really like me or want to like me or get to know me, they would then, or I would then, like step away from the conversation as soon as I could because I figured they just wouldn't want to talk to me. So I was creating this reality of, oh, they don't really want to be around me, they don't like me. So I would then create that reality of walking away way before they could even get to know me or even get to like me. So we're creating our realities by what we're believing, by what we're thinking. So starting to acknowledge that you are the one in control of your life, that you are the one that is creating these thoughts. And what everyone else is thinking, their thoughts are their own thoughts. And my whole storyline too was that, oh, I need to do what they want, but I don't know what they want. I don't really know. It was my thoughts that was creating what I thought that they wanted. So it's again starting to see that it's our thoughts inside of us, and those things we can start to shift. And to start to shift some of those things and that storyline of I'm not likable, I'm not wanted, I'm not acceptable or gonna be accepted is to start seeing your own worth and value. And I'll put a link at the end of the video where you can go to. I've done another video previously about really finding your own worth and value. So again, you can check that out later. But in this step, it's starting to see from within your own worth and value. Because again, if we're creating our thoughts and beliefs and our storylines, we can shift all those things from within us. And it's starting to see what we are offering to people, who we are being and who we want to be, and start creating that for ourselves. And then along similar lines is seeing what lights you up and brings you joy. As you get lit up, as you get joy, it then feeds out to the rest of the world. It's like an overflow to everyone else. So a lot of us might think, oh, it's selfish of me to do things that I really love and I really like. It's not selfish at all. It's actually giving to yourself, and then you're giving even more. It's like a tenfold. It gives even more exponentially to everyone around you. So it's starting to really find what lights you up, what brings you joy, rather than, like, for myself, I would look and do what everyone else wanted and I would only follow along with what they wanted. That's not actually fun. That's just kind of being a tag along, not really living my life. So it's learning and stepping into and finding what really brings me joy. And then the fourth thing is listening to your body wisdom. And what I mean by this is listening to those inner signals, just like when I would do the pros and cons list of choosing if I'm going to go to this job or stay with the one I was at. I would listen to that gut feeling. And that gut feeling was like, this is what you really want. And it would light me up and be like, this feels right. And when you listen to those signals, it's the body's way of saying these are what is right for you and these are what is not right for you. And so it's letting you know, because our body is us. It's just our body is here in the present moment, where our thoughts are off in the future or in the past. And our body is like, no, this is really what is good and right for you. And so as you listen to those signals, you really start seeing that it's like, oh, this is who I am. These are the things that light me up. These are the things that I want to do. This is what I want to create, my purpose in life. And you start to really find those things in yourself. You're not having to look again outside of you to all the answers and getting everyone's opinions, because now you're learning to really step into and listen to that inner voice and trust you. And saying that, again, you can go to the Body Wisdom Way. The link is in the dialog box below. And with this, there's programs, steps that right now we're going through a program that's helping you step into your joy, clarity within, finding yourself by listening to your body wisdom. So again, do check that out in the dialog box below. So again, it's about listening to those signals, that yes and no, and that feeling of this is what is true for me. So when you are second guessing, when you're not sure of making all these decisions, it's the fears of what everyone else is going to think. It's the fears of needing to meet all these other people's needs rather than meeting or listening to your own. So these 4 steps are starting to recognize and see in yourself that you're the one making these decisions, and you are the only one that actually knows what you want, what you really want. Like, people don't know your thoughts. It's your thoughts inside of you and your gut feelings, your body wisdom inside of you that is telling you what you really want, not coming from everyone outside of you. So thank you guys for joining me today. I would be curious, do put in the comments below if there's other things about body wisdom or intuition that you would like to hear or that you're curious about learning. I would love to create some videos for you guys. And thank you again for joining me today. If you are enjoying these videos, do hit that like, share, and subscribe. Thank you again. I'll see you in the next video.